Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Season 2, Week 27 of the DC Sports Digest. Very exciting and eventful week of DC Sports, especially last night, but just really the whole week. So without further ado, let's just get started with the recap. So starting with the Nationals, they won the Rockies series, O series, and the first game of the Mets series. So pretty good week for them, 12-14 record, but definitely still is not perfect. The offense was appearing, but I would just say in spurts. It's a game we had against the Rockies, we had 12, but then the bullpen, as you can see here, also at a rocky start. We almost blew that lead, a 10-run lead. We beat the Orioles 7-0, so that was great. And then the rest of the week, we didn't score more than 5 runs. That's why I say it appears in spurts. Hopefully, it can appear more often. Like I said, the bullpen is still a little rocky, but we got out of the Rockies and O series, winning those both 2-1, even though those teams both aren't doing so well. But that's okay. And then we actually won the first game of the Mets series with the James Wood walk-off. So that was amazing to see. He's been playing amazing and continuing to play amazing. So that is awesome. I think C.J. Abrams came back, had some injury. Then DeYoung and Soroka are beginning their rehab. So hopefully they'll be back soon as well. And coming up this week, the Mets series finishes. See if we can get any more wins against the league-leading Mets. That would be impressive. Always doing well against the good teams and not as well against the bad teams. But we did do pretty well in the Orioles and Rockies series, just dropping 2 games, I guess. Then we had the Phillies series and then start of the Red series this week. So that's all I got for the Nationals. Wizards, I just have one update. Like I talked about last week, they had the potential to get an extra pick, and they got that pick. Best case scenario for them, getting the 18th pick from the Grizzlies since they made the playoffs. So now we have 2 first-rounders, one in the top 6 and the 18th picks. That is great. And then coming up on May 12th, we will see what that top pick we get is. Like I said, it can be anywhere from 1 to 6, so we'll see on May 12th. I'm hoping for that first pick, but we'll see. That's all I got for the Wizards. On to the Caps. They lost their regular season finale to the Penguins, but Clay Stevenson, he played since Logan Thompson was injured and Linger needed a break. He played pretty solid. Not really what the score suggested, but that's okay. And we had the playoffs. We do lead the series versus the Canadiens 2-1. There definitely been some good things, but definitely a lot to be desired. First 2 games, especially that first one, we played amazing the first 2 periods, really set the tone. But kind of bad endings, almost choked both of those games, but luckily we started with a 2-0 lead. And then last night in Game 3, we just did not play really well. The Canadiens were in control. It's been a very scrappy series, lots of fights, lots of stuff going on. There was Tom Wilson and Josh Anderson, the Canadiens, they were literally fighting on the bench at the end of the second period last night. They had 10-minute misconduct penalties. So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And honestly, playing in Montreal is a tough atmosphere. I didn't really realize until this year, just because they haven't made the playoffs too much. The last time they really had a playoff run was during COVID. So like, you haven't really experienced Bell Center where Montreal plays in a while. They have a really loud arena. And I just really got to the Caps. Refs haven't been so great, but really it was just bad play from us throughout. The Canadiens were in control of that game, and they won Game 3, 6-3. And really, I mean, the loss was unfortunate, but really the bad thing is Logan Thompson got injured again. He's been getting nicks and scratches this whole series, but this was a really meaningful injury, I think. Unfortunately, one of our players, I think they tripped him or something. Wasn't looking too great going off the ice. He needed to get helped off, so hopefully he's okay. If not, we honestly might be in trouble. We had the series lead right now, but we'll see what happens after this. I still feel pretty good about Lindgren, but like Thompson, like if you've been watching the series, he's been unreal. He was able to get healthy, and he was definitely healthy going into this series, which was amazing. And he was playing amazing. He bailed us out a lot of times. Yeah, I hope he gets better. And also, just so many bad turnovers last night. There were at least multiple times where we had turnovers that led to a goal from them for the Canadiens, which is just unacceptable. That can't happen again. Hopefully, we can fix that. In addition, Alexei Protas is nearing his return. Potentially play last night, but he didn't, which I think is better to play it safe. But I could definitely see him coming back tomorrow for Game 4. So we'll see what happens with that. And then coming up this week, we have for sure games 4 and 5. If the Canadiens win another game, we'll also have Game 6 this week on Friday. So yeah, we'll see what happens this week. Good luck to the Caps. Hopefully they can win some more games despite Logan Thompson's injury. It would be nice if we can win it in 5, but honestly, this one might go to 6 or 7, which is which is going to be tough. I'm honestly a little worried, but hopefully we can take control of the series again. That's all I got for the Caps. On to the Commanders. They started their workouts. Saw a video of Jaden Daniels running into the facilities, which is great to see. Then we had the NFL draft this week. So with our 2 picks, we selected Josh Carley Jr. at 29 and cornerback Trey Amos at pick 61. I'm really excited about both these guys. We definitely had options to trade back and definitely could have traded back. I think the Adam Peters, Dan Quinn, all the Commander staff, they really like the guys who were there available. Actually, both of these guys were in play for them at pick 29. I think if neither of them was there, they would have traded back at 29. And yeah, also the same with 61. If Trey Amos and another guy weren't there, they would have traded back. So at first, even I was a little unsure about the O-line pick at 29, but I think it's really good. Josh Carley's really young, really mature, really a guy they'd really want. And this O-line, when it's healthy, is going to be one of the best units in the league. I'm really excited. We haven't had an O-line like this in so long, which is really exciting. And then getting a corner, Trey Amos at 61 is really amazing. Really filling out our O-line and our corner room is amazing. Obviously, may have wanted edge rusher, but I think it's going to be tough to get edge rusher until late. We only have 3 more picks, and it sounds like there's not going to be as much value trading back here. But there were definitely calls to trade back. I think they really just like their guys here so much they picked them, and I think these are both really solid picks here for them just sticking and picking. So for the rest of the draft today, we have pick 128, 205, and 245. I assume we're going to stay and pick there. Look for maybe running back, maybe edge rusher, maybe receiver. Those are probably what I would look for. But we'll see what happens. And like I said, I'm going to do a full recap on the DC Sports Digest next week. I don't think, since we have so few picks, I'm just going to do a recap on here. It's not worth doing another video. But yeah, I'm just going to do that here. So stay tuned for that next week. We'll see who the other players that the Commanders draft. That's all I got for the Commanders. Other DC sports news, DC United got a win finally. They beat the Red Bulls, and they have a game today against Philadelphia. Old Glory DC had a close loss to Miami, but they have a game today against Houston. Washington Spirit beat Orlando. They have a game today against Gotham, New York. And DC Power lost to Tampa Bay. Their next game is today against Brooklyn. DC Defenders lost to San Antonio, lost their undefeated record, unfortunately. Their next game is tomorrow against Arlington. And I was actually looking for the Mystics. Their training camp actually starts tomorrow. They have a preseason game next week, so their season is about to start pretty soon. And that's my other DC sports news. Weekly awards, game of the week. I'm giving it to the Mets, being the Mets 5-4, just to beat the league leading team. Could have given it to one of the Caps games, but I think I'll give it to the Mets, being the Mets 5-4. Players of the week, James Wood had 3 home runs, and also the walk-off last night against the Mets. I think it was just a regular hit, but still another walk-off plus the 3 homers is amazing. He's been playing insane lately. And then Alex Ovechkin already having way better playoffs than last year. Didn't really do anything last playoffs, but this playoffs already has 3 goals and assists in 3 games. So that's really great to see. My team of the week, I'm getting to the Caps, even though it's been kind of rough, but they do have a 2-1 series lead, and that still means something. And the Nationals set a 5-2 record this week, so that was great to see them kind of get back on track. That's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out the Instagram. Maybe I'll make a post about all the mock drafts I've done online and offline, and kind of compare it to who we actually picked in the draft. So we'll see about that if I do that. So stay tuned for that maybe. Yeah, that's all I really got for this video. So thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.